There were times where I had like literally nothing. Like, not,
Wow.
I couldn't buy a Big Mac.
Wow.
I,
Excuse me, sir. Sorry. Do you have some minutes to talk? Have some couple minutes?
no, I'm on my way to a meeting.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask you about because I have a YouTube channel. A lot of my subscribers and followers they would love to have a car like yours, a Porsche. So I wanted to ask you which advice will you give to anybody in their 20s to succeed in life and to be able to afford a car like this?
Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow by the ceremony, the finish ceremony. Yeah, I'm gonna be here. I work, so I'm gonna be here. Yeah.
Okay. Can you catch me tomorrow, maybe?
If you're gonna have more time to talk, then yes. I don't
For
wanna
sure.
rush you and then you mess up my appointment.
Okay, yeah, I'd be happy to talk to you then.
Okay, tomorrow then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much.
yeah,
Have a good day.
You too.
Well, at least you give me a yes for tomorrow. So, yeah. I completely missed you yesterday. I'm so sorry. I couldn't catch you because you were with your wife and I didn't want to interrupt. Do you have at least 5 minutes for me
Yeah,
today?
yeah, sure.
Can I talk to your dad for some minutes, please? Please.
Okay, get in the car. Get your bag off.
I make YouTube videos to inspire and to motivate people, and a lot of my viewers wish and dream to one day be able to afford a car like this. So I wanted to know if you can share some advice, some wisdom, some lessons that you think that can help them reach the level of success that they wish to have.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You want me to? I don't mind. You want me to put your face, or do you want me to put your face?
Oh, you can put my face. It's
Okay.
fine. I can stand wherever you want me to
Yeah,
stand.
right there is perfect.
And I can start whenever.
Yeah, whenever you feel like for somebody who wish to have a car like this, what would you advise to them?
I mean, I think the first thing I would say is the money's not the most important thing.
Why?
Not even in the top five. Really.
What are your top 5 most important things then?
I think your happiness,
Mm-hmm.
your health, right? The way you make other people feel, being loved, your friends and your family, and trying to be some kind of a force for good.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's, it could be through volunteering, or there could just be what you do in your own neighborhood.
Okay.
But as far as careers and success goes, I tell you the same thing I would tell to my son. If you can, make it your goal not to work for anybody else.
Do you work for someone? Have you
I
worked
do.
for someone?
I do. If I could go back in time and change anything in my career, I never would have started working for anybody else.
Okay.
I've found success. There aren't that many people that do what I do.
Do you mind sharing what you do for a living?
Yeah, I'm a VP of Creative at Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
I have a big team of people underneath me. Love them all. Been there for a long time, like 8 years. Worked in advertising my whole career. But and I get to make some decisions, and I get to influence some things. But there's lots of things that I don't get to decide, and I don't get to influence. I have a boss, and my boss has a boss, and it's a good living. But if you can, do your own thing. Find your own way. Be your own boss. There are some jobs, like if you want to be a scientist or a microbiologist or a brain surgeon, you want to be an astronaut. Those are all amazing jobs that are important for all of us. And if you do something like that, then you're going to have to work for some kind of organization. You're going to have to work at a particle collider in the mountains of Switzerland, or or in a hospital or something, and that's totally cool. Like, those jobs are super, super important. But if I wasn't gonna have a job like that, I'd find my own way and try and be my own boss.
Do you had a dream growing up, and have you accomplished that dream financially, emotionally, mentally?
I'd probably make more money than I ever thought I would.
So you think you limited yourself in the amount of money you wish to have back then?
I'm very happy and comfortable, with where I'm at right now. But
Yeah.
I'm mostly happy because of like the things that I surround myself with, like friends and family, and how I choose to spend my time. Money can solve problems for you for sure. It's no fun not having any money. I've been completely broke before. I've eaten out of dumpsters before.
But what took you out of there from being broke to now being rich? What was the shift? What did you did differently to get out of that dark place to now be in a better place?
At some point in time, I decided that, I was always good at art and creative things, and I decided that I wanted to try and do that for a living. I went to school the first time for fine arts. I was a printmaker, and I left school and got tired of waiting tables, and I was a courier like downtown delivering packages and trying to be an artist at night, and it just wasn't working for me. I didn't have any motivation when I got home. So I decided to go back to school again for advertising and for graphic design. That was in the very, very early days of the internet, and that's where I was really interested in doing. And I spent a lot of my career, working in digital spaces. I think the key is really when you figure out what you want to do. It's no different than these kids out here on the soccer field. You practice, you practice, you practice again, you practice more until you get good. If you want to find success in what you're doing, you got to be good at what you're doing.
Practice every day.
It's put the time in, put the work in and practice.
There are people like they start their business or they have a goal, a dream. They go for 5 years, 2 months, 6 months. It doesn't work out. They quit. They give up. What would you tell them?
You can't give up. You can't give up on yourself. Sometimes you change your mind. You get into something and you do it for a while and you figure out, this really isn't what I thought it was, and that's okay. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to fall on your face. You learn way more. It's a cliche, but you learn way more from your mistakes than you do from your successes.
Wow.
And don't be afraid of that. But also don't give up on yourself. It isn't easy. Success doesn't come overnight. I worked really hard for a long time to get to where I was, and I had to, I started later than most people, my age are in their career.
So can you remember when you were broke? What's the lowest amount of money you have had in a month? And what's the highest amount of money you have had in a month?
Both when I was broke or
Yeah, when you were broke, what was the lowest you ever had in a month?
There were times where I had literally nothing. I couldn't.
Wow.
I couldn't buy a Big Mac.
Wow.
I legitimately used to wait outside of this pizza shop that sold pizza by the slice because they threw their leftovers away at the end of the day. And if you were there at the right time, you could grab them out of the dumpster while they were still kind of warm and not gross.
Wow. And what's the highest you have made currently or in the past year that you I had never thought I can make this amount of money coming from where I'm coming from?
To do a little mental math here, but if you work in a corporate job like I do, you get bonuses. Sometimes, if you're lucky, especially if you have a really good year, and when you add that on top of your salary, sometimes there's months where you're ended up making multiples, tens of $1,000s, which is great.
When you were in that dark moment, as you said, broke, without having nothing to eat, why did you keep going? What get you going? Because a lot of time when we are struggling, we are suffering, we give up, we quit. But even though you didn't have food to eat, you keep pushing. Why did you keep going? Why didn't you stop and settle?
I guess I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Probably partly the way that my parents raised me. I don't like to give up on anything. I could be like the smallest project, something as monumental as your career. It just doesn't feel like an option to stand still. It never has.
Okay.
For me, maybe that's part of the attitude that's pushed me to get really good at it. I can take that same approach to mowing my lawn,
Wow.
or my shop.
And as you said, you mentioned that you are a creative, right? At Body, Bath and Body. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. For people who are creators, is there any book you can recommend for inspiration, for guidance, or for mental strength to keep going? For anybody who's a creative and want to make a living being a creator.
And there's a ton, right? There's a book I read a long time ago called Art Thinking. Really helped me. There's a podcast that my therapist recommended to me recently. It's called Magic Lessons, and it's just interviews with a lot of different creative people, and it's kind of like what you're asking about. It's people who are relating their stories about how they continued through times when they felt like they were just falling on their face and they weren't getting anywhere and they were never going to find any kind of success, and how they pushed through that and how they continue to be creative as their careers go on and they get older. I mean, that's one of the harder things is that, to never run out of ideas, to always stay curious and interested and continue to learn. I still learn things every single day from from people that I work with, from people that work for me, and for people that I work for.
If you can go back in time and let's say imagine now you lose everything, no money, no car, no contact, no email, you have nothing. How will you start from scratch, from zero, to get where you are right now? What will you do? You got nothing today.
I do whatever I could to find whatever job I could just to get food on my table, right? Like, you gotta survive. You have somewhere to stay. You gotta have food to eat, right? So I do what it takes to get started there, and then go back to figuring out what do I really want to do? What am I passionate about? What can I do, for 10 years, 20 years or more, and still be interested in it? You never know anything like that for sure, right? But if you've got that kind of fire inside and something that you really care about and don't mind spending hours and hours and hours, day after week after month after year on, that's the key, right? And then you just put the work in, put the time in. You learn how to get good at that. You find a coach, a mentor, a teacher, somebody that you can learn from, and take their knowledge and then build upon it and take it to somewhere new.
Okay. What are your views on education? Because a lot of people believe that if you don't have a college degree, a university degree, you can't make it, you can't make money, you can't be happy. Do you think you must have a degree to be successful, or you think having skills and common sense and emotional intelligence can carry you a long way more than a degree? What are your thoughts on the standard education?
I don't think you have to have a degree. I mean, you can learn a lot at school. I learned a lot at school. Sometimes it's hard to replace that kind of intense training. That's what it is, right? It's training, it's practice, right? But it's also not necessary. I think maybe like 20, 30 years ago, everybody felt like they had to have a college degree and climb the corporate ladder, and maybe some places that you have to have a degree, but also those corporate jobs can be really, really boring. It can be a real drag to be chained in your cubicle or like to your desk or computer all day. So no, I don't think so. I think no matter who you are, you probably have access to more knowledge and information now than anyone else at any other time in the history of man.
The internet.
There's a lot at your fingertips. You don't go to school, then you have to be self-sufficient, right? You have to put it on yourself, to teach yourself, to find the mentors, the teachers and the coaches that you need, and you can 1,000% do it.
Okay, bye. Well, I gotta go, but thank you so much.